Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm finally getting around to filming my 2012 favorites, which is basically all products that I really enjoyed using the year of 2012. And I have to say 2012 was when I really started to kind of expand my collection. I bought a lot of products, I was trying new things, new techniques, and along the way I accumulated some products that I honestly do not know what I would do without, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So we're going to start off with, and I have something for every category of makeup. Some I have two kind of favorites in because it was really hard to choose just one product I liked. Some I might have both a drugstore and a high-end product, but I don't have one of each because you guys know I'm mostly a drugstore girl right now because that's pretty much all I can afford, but I do have some high-end favorites as well. So we are going to start off with face products, and I have really been enjoying for foundation. For foundation, I have two favorite products, and they're both from the drugstore. And for the longest time, I was using the CoverGirl Nature Luxe foundation, and this is just a really great foundation that gives me a lot of coverage. It makes me very kind of dewy. It's really good for dry skin girls. The coverage is amazing, and it's also really light and feels kind of like a tinted moisturizer. And this is just a great drugstore foundation. I do think that they're actually going to be discontinuing this because almost every store I have been to have had these on like super mega clearance. So I don't know if they're discontinuing the line. I really hope not because I will really miss this. But then again, I really haven't reached for it in a very long time because I have been enjoying other foundations that I've been trying out at the moment. The second foundation I really loved is something that's been really talked about like since the summer really on the beauty community, is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Cream Foundation, and mine is super dirty, but here is what it looks like. It's just a very moussey consistency, and I'm actually cannot use this right now because it's too dark for me, but it's a very moussey, creamy texture. When you like stick your finger in it, it really doesn't, it just makes a little dent. It's not very liquidy, and it's kind of thick, but and you have to be really careful with this or else it will look really cakey. But I found if I use just a little bit of this, it will make my skin look very natural and airbrushed, and it hides imperfections so well. It hides acne, scarring, and discoloration really, really nicely. So this was a really great foundation this year, and I really enjoy it, and I'm sure a lot of other people really, really enjoy it too. For concealer, something I received in my Birchbox that I just kind of loved throughout the entire year was the Mineralogy Concealer, and this was one of the few makeup samples I got through Birchbox, and it was a really good size. I mean, obviously it's lasted me almost an entire year, and I have barely any left in there, and I can't wait to use it up because I have moved on to a new concealer. But through the year 2012, I really enjoyed this concealer. It hid dark circles really, really well. It stayed on very nicely. It didn't do so much for acne scarring or acne, like any imperfections I had on my skin, but dark circles it handled flawlessly. For pressed powder, I fell in love with the Revlon. For pressed powder, I'm not really a pressed powder girl because I don't have oily skin. I don't really need it. But I do like to set my concealer under my eyes, and I have fallen in love with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind powder that I picked up. I want to say I picked this up in May this year. It blends into a very nice translucent finish, and it does have a little bit of sparkle to kind of brighten up your face. So that's a great drugstore powder. I think powders are all one and the same really. You could get any brand, either drugstore or high-end, and the powder will do pretty much the same thing. So I think if you can go with a cheaper pressed powder, by all means do it. For blush, I have two blush favorites. Both are from the drugstore, and both are on the really cheap end of the drugstore spectrum. The first is the e.l.f. blushes, and I'm just talking e.l.f. blushes in general because I have like 3 of them, and I love them all to pieces, and they're only $3, so they're a steal. This one is Candid Coral, and mine's actually has seen better days because it's been in a makeup bag constantly, and this is just a really pretty corally sparkly color, really natural. I loved wearing this all summer, It's just the perfect bronzy peach color. Bronzy peach. This is just the perfect bronzy corally color to wear. And then for a more dramatic kind of blush, I had been loving NYX Mocha, and this is available at Ulta. These run about $4, I want to say, 4 or 5. And this is just a really pretty dark mauvey pink color, and I really love this blush. Here is a swatch. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my tripod, so I don't know if I'm getting close enough to the camera or not. But this is just a great, like, dramatic cheek. Sometimes I like to go with the darker, pinker cheeks sometimes. So this was a great one, and I just fell in love with NYX's blushes this year as well. We had just gotten an Ulta where I live, so naturally I started buying NYX products because they were finally available to me. So I just fell in love with NYX products. That is a brand, in general, brand favorite this year. Okay, for bronzer, I'm not much of a bronzer girl, but I did love my Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and I've had this for like ever, but I just pulled it out of my collection this year for some reason. I think I'd gotten sick sometime this year, and I just started using it out of the blue, and mine's actually starting to dry up, I think, because it's really old. But it's just a very, you know, this is what it looks like, just a, you know, normal bronzer color. It looks really nice on me, except I just swatched way too much of it right there. But when you apply it with a really fluffy brush and you apply it really lightly, it gives my skin just a really natural, subtle glow, and it does have a little bit of sparkle, so it kind of brightens up my dry, dull skin. Okay, so we're going to move on to lip products now, and I've started to become somewhat of a lip junkie. Normally I really wasn't, and this year I don't know what it is, but I discovered that I really like really dark, bright lip products. And as you can see, I'm wearing a really bright one on my lips right now, and it is one of L'Oreal's new lip gloss stains, or whatever they're called. They're the new like drugstore dupe for the YSL lip stains. Just trying it out. The L'Oreal, what is this? It's their new lip glossy stains, I think they're called. This one is in Infinite Fuchsia, and I'm just trying these out. Still haven't gotten my exact feelings on them yet, but the applicator looks like this, and it's just a really pretty wet stain. I'm not, you know, 100% digging these quite yet, but it is fun to play with them a little. Okay, so like I said, I kind of became a lip junkie this year. So for lip glosses, I fell in love with NYX lip glosses. I own 3 of them. This one is Tea Rose, and it is one of my favorites. This one is, which one is this? This is Beautiful, and it's just a pretty champagne-y pink color with a lot of iridescent sparkle to it. And this one is Sweetheart, and it's just a beigey nude color. So yeah, these are amazing lip glosses. They're really inexpensive and pigmented, and you really don't even need like a lipstick underneath some of these, especially Tea Rose. So I really loved NYX lip glosses this year. For lipsticks, these probably will not be a surprise to you because I feel like I rave about them enough. They are the Revlon lip butters, and I have picked out my 2 favorites. And again, these really shouldn't shock you guys if you've been watching me for a long time. This is Berry Smoothie, and I feel like I wear this one on a daily basis. I feel like I'm always reaching for it. And the next one is Peach Parfait. Again, another one that I'm just constantly wearing, and they're just amazing. Let's see if I can swatch these with my left hand. Swatching left-handed is really, really hard. So Berry Smoothie is at the bottom and Peach Parfait is at the top. They're just really great, super pigmented, very creamy, very moisturizing on the lips. Like, they do give kind of a balmy feel to your lips because they are so moisturizing, and I love these, and I'm probably soon going to own every color that I want from this line because I love them, and they're always on BOGO, so why not get them all? Is that it for lips? Yes. Okay, so moving on to eyes. And this is one of the part of my collection that I expanded the most this year. And first we're going to talk about bases. And my favorite bases from the drugstore are the Maybelline Color Tattoo eyeshadows, and I picked out the two that I most use. And one is Bad to the Bronze. It's just a really pretty bronzy color, enough said. And I like to use this under gold and bronzy type shadows to make the color really pop. And then the next one is Barely Beige, and it's just a nude shimmery beige color that works great on its own or under eyeshadow. These all work really great on their own. They don't crease or smudge, and they're pretty water resistant. I have to use an oil-based remover to get them off. And they're just amazing bases or cream eyeshadows, and if you have not checked these out yet, what are you waiting for? Go do it. The next base I do not actually have with me because I ran out and it accidentally got thrown away even though it was in my empties bag, and it is the Benefit Stay Don't Stray eyeshadow primer. And this was just a really good eyeshadow primer. I really liked it because it kind of it had a little bit of a tint to it, so it concealed my it concealed any discoloration on my eyelids, because I have really pigmented eyelids, so you can always see the blue undertones from the veins and the dark circles, and it looks really bad. So I really liked this primer to kind of just brighten up my eyes. It made eyeshadow stick really well, no creases or whatever. I like this over the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer that everybody else on YouTube really likes. I don't think it's all that fantastic. I prefer the Benefit, not Stila, Benefit. Anyway, this video is all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, really liked the Benefit Stay Don't Stray. I'm going to go purchase that in full size next month. So, okay, so moving on to eyeshadow. I had a hard time picking my favorite eyeshadows for this year, so I have 3 palettes. 2 are drugstore, 1 is high-end. I feel like if I wasn't using the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette this year, I was using the CoverGirl Shimmering Sands trio, because these were just the easiest shadows to use. It's a complete look. You got your lid color, your crease color, and your highlight color, and it was just easy to throw on, to put on, and then rush out the door to class or to work. And it was just a really good trio, and I really liked it, and it was cheap and affordable. And this is a great trio. If you haven't tried it yet, go check it out. And like I said, if I wasn't using this, I was using the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and I received this through a swap, and I was super happy to get it. And these shadows are just so buttery and pigmented. Like, that was one swipe. And these remind me so much of Urban Decay shadows because they are so buttery and creamy and pigmented, and they're amazing, and you have such a great color selection with these, and they're affordable and they're easy to get. And I just love Wet n Wild shadows in general, but I was using this quite a bit, and I took it when I was traveling a lot. So this was a great palette I was really excited to get. Next palette's not going to shock anybody. Urban Decay Naked palette. Need I say more, guys? This palette is just so versatile and amazing, and you can create so many looks with this. I feel like I've already raved enough about this that I really don't have to go on very much with it, but you can get your easy daytime looks, your very sexy, smoky eyes, and you get 12 shadows for $48, I think this cost, and these are full-size eyeshadows. And their full-sized single eyeshadows are like 18 bucks. So to get 12 of these for 48 bucks is an amazing deal, and I would highly suggest checking this out because you won't regret it. I promise. You won't regret it. If you buy this palette and you don't use it, you can honestly, you can get mad at me. I don't care. So we're moving on to mascara. And this has been a favorite of mine for the past 2 years, and it's all dirty, and this is actually a used up tube. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Lash, and I'm sure y'all aren't so shocked by this either. I feel like there's really no reason for me to do this video because any products I've been really loving all year, you guys already know about. And this is what the wand looks like. It's just a very big, bulky wand, which I really like. And these have bristles and not the plastic stuff. And this is just a really great mascara. It really gave me a lot of volume and defined my lashes, didn't make them clumpy at all, and this is a very great high-end mascara. Normally I don't branch out to the high-end mascaras, but I really loved this one. So it's great. I love it. Sad that I'm all out. I haven't repurchased this yet because I'm working my way through like 4 different mascaras at the moment. I don't know how I accumulated so many at once. That never happens. Alright, so are we done? No, okay. Eyeliner really quickly and then we'll get into tools and be done. So for a high-end eyeliner, I have the Urban Decay Glide On Pencil, and this is a duo in Zero and Whiskey. Zero is a very matte black color, and I'm wearing it on my lower lash line right now, and it's a very intense matte black color. Whiskey is a really pretty brown color that I really haven't used all that much. I don't really wear brown eyeliner, and here's what that looks like. They're super creamy. They slide on. They go on with little to no pressure, and with only one swipe. I don't feel like you really have to build this up to get the intensity that you want. And these are a little expensive. I mean, $19 for an eyeliner is a little expensive in my book, but they are well worth it. I have not found a drugstore eyeliner that I like nearly as much as I like these, so maybe the $19 is well worth it. And for a drugstore liquid liner, L'Oreal Linear Intensis, what I used all year. In the past few months, I have been trying other liquid liners, but this is the one that I used for the greater part of the year, and it's got a very long felt tip right here, and mine's actually starting to dry out a little bit. It gives you really good control. My only complaint about this is it dries kind of shiny. I would prefer an eyeliner to have a matte finish, just because I don't like the way it makes my eyes look. It catches the light weird and makes my eyes look weirdly shaped for some reason. I mean, my eyes are already weirdly shaped, but this draws attention to it. But this is a really great liner. This is a really great drugstore eyeliner, and it's somewhat affordable. I mean, L'Oreal is kind of up there in the drugstore price range, but it's still really good. I really like it. Alright, so that is it for eyeliner. I do have some tools I want to talk about. For tools, one of the tools that I really fell in love with this year, I actually received through my Birchbox, and it is the Beauty Blender. This works really great for blending out your foundations or even your cream shadows if you want to use it for your cream blushes. But, so yeah, I really liked this. They are kind of expensive, $24, but I got mine in my Birchbox. And this is a repurchase, actually, because my other one fell apart. And these work really great. I really liked using them with my CoverGirl Nature Luxe foundation just to really sheer out the foundation. I use this a lot when I have the thicker full coverage foundations because I don't need full coverage foundation, and this means I use less product because I really don't need that much, and this just does a really great job, and it makes your foundation look flawless and airbrushed and amazing. And this is a really great tool, and it's so versatile, and I love it. One of my more expensive makeup related purchases this year was the purchase of my Sigma Essentials kit. This cost me about 89 bucks. Or is it more than that? I had a coupon code, and I actually have a coupon code for you guys down at the down bar. 10% off your order, and there's a free gift with purchase if you spend $30 or more. I don't know what that is right now, and I'm probably going to be ordering more of these in the coming months, but these are amazing. In this kit you got 12 brushes, and then I also got a free gift with purchase. This is the E25 blending brush. I really like it. It's really tapered, and it gets into your crease really nicely to kind of blend. I also use this if I want to kind of intensify the crease and I just want to concentrate lots of color in that crease right there. It's really great, and I like that it's small. Oh, my throat is getting really dry. I really like that it's small, so it's easy to travel with. And I really want the full size of this brush. I feel like I need several of these brushes because they're just amazing and I use them all the time. So I really like the E25. Next is the E55, and this is just a basic shader brush. Again, I think I need more of this brush because it's one I reach for every day. It's great for packing color onto the lid. You can put shadow on the very tip and just kind of run it along your lower lash line. And I like it. I dig it. Next is the E70. This is the angled shader brush, and I use this to apply my highlight to my brow bone and my inner corner, because it's just the tapered angle of it just makes it really good to reach in there and get under my brow bone. Next is the E40 tapered blending brush, and this is kind of like the E25, except it's a little more, it's a fluffier and it's bigger, fluffier and bigger, and it's much more rounded at the top. So I like to use this for kind of blending out the crease so it's not so harsh. I also really like to use this to set my concealer, and I feel like this is another one, again, that I need multiple brushes of it because it's so versatile and useful, and I don't know what I was doing without this brush in particular. A couple more. Okay, so let's finish up with the eye brushes, then we'll talk face. This is the E60 large shader. I use this to apply my cream shadow. And this actually didn't get used for a while until I realized it was really good with cream shadow. So this is great. It shears the cream shadow out really nicely and it blends it really nicely, so this is great. This is the pencil E30, and this is good if you want to kind of like intensify the crease and just kind of take some dark shadow and just kind of fill in here the outer V. It also works really good to apply shadow onto your lower lash line. That's all the uses I've discovered for this. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died. I don't know where it cut off at, but I do remember that I was talking about the large powder brush, and if it accidentally cut out footage of the other brushes, I'm really sorry about that. I don't use this large powder brush as much as I would like to. It doesn't work really well for powder, doesn't work really well for blush, but it does work really well with my Rimmel Stay Matte Bronzer. I can just kind of swirl it in there and just blend it all over my face, and it works really well for that. I just don't use it as much as I would like to. Okay, so I'm going to end this video now before my camera cuts me off again, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.